I have no news on when we're going to reopen, although the president seems to think that he has the thought of going nuclear, the nuclear option in the Senate, and the filibuster. That was his post on Truth Social that we'll talk about in a moment here. But of course, lawmakers are gone, most of them. The Senate is now out for the weekend. Everybody's getting ready to go pass out candy. And tomorrow's a big day, November 1st. SNAP benefits begin to expire. Open enrollment begins for those seeking health care with subsidies not yet addressed. And Head Start also starts to go broke tomorrow. We also have elections ahead next Tuesday. So there are some thoughts that as talks begin behind the scenes in Washington, maybe something's about to shake loose. But the talking points haven't changed. Listen to House Speaker Mike Johnson from earlier today.
The same Democrats who've been perfectly fine with defunding SNAP and WIC for over a month now are suddenly claiming to be outraged that Republicans and President Trump can't just wave some magic wand and fix the mess that they themselves have created. If they're suddenly waking up to the pain their reckless decision is causing, then there's one simple way to fix it. They can come back in here and vote to reopen the government.
Of course, they're not back in here. As I mentioned, everybody's away for the weekend. And while the House has been out of session for more than 45 days, Laura Davison covering all of this here in our Bloomberg Washington Bureau, our deputy Washington Bureau chief with us now at the desk. The president says go nuclear, end the filibuster. This thing would be done in just moments. What's the majority leader think of that?
He does not like this idea one bit. He, for months has been saying he doesn't like it. He came out, his spokesman came out, and after Trump made this post yesterday, saying he wanted Republicans to do that, said, nope, this is not on the table. This is not happening. And Thune rightly recognizes that, the Republicans are not going to be in control of Washington forever, and they don't want Democrats to have the ability to just enact sweeping changes when they're in power, whether that be 2, 4, 6, 8 years from now.
Well, short of that, we have no off-ramp at the moment. There has been chatter, as you've been reporting, Laura, that there are some rank-and-file talks underway, although we've heard that before. I am compelled, though, by this headline that Chuck Schumer met yesterday with Senator Katie Britt. Does that give us a sense that the gears are starting to turn?
It could. Katie Britt's state of Alabama is a state that relies heavily on SNAP benefits. Yeah. We were doing an analysis of all of the districts, and there are lots of Trump districts that, are very reliant on this food aid. So that could start to see Republicans seeing pressure from folks at home. You have Head Starts closing. You also have, military federal workers who are going without pay. The thing I think we really need to watch that's going to be the pressure point, though, are airports. And we've seen some sporadic closures, ground stoppages, including at DCA yesterday, where Thune was stranded at the Capitol, couldn't get back to South Dakota. But they've sort of been temporary. We haven't seen system-wide outages that will really be the thing that could tip this into negotiating mode.
Do we hear any chatter about a walkout? I mean, obviously, the air traffic controllers are not being paid, and they're all working overtime just by the nature of their jobs. When does the union say it's sick out day?
That's, what our team here is very closely trying to figure out. They have not indicated that. Even, last shutdown back in 2018, 2019, we had a day where you had Miami, Philadelphia, LaGuardia, and Newark that were basically all had ground stoppages and just totally messed up all air travel across the eastern seaboard. And that, later that night is when the shutdown ended. And that wasn't even a coordinated thing. That was just enough people saying on day 35 of the shutdown, it doesn't make sense for me to go into work. I've got other priorities. I need to be driving for DoorDash or Uber or whatever to pay the bills.
What a